Hello all. So our topic for today is study of HENE laser, the most common laser used. And what we are going to do is measure the divergence and wavelength of this particular laser. So first of all, let's start with what is the full form of laser. The first foremost viva question on every laser experiment. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So what happens here is basically laser emits light through process of optical amplification based on stimulated emission of electromagnetic radiation. When I say optical amplification, the A stands for optical amplification. Basically there is an optical amplifier which amplifies the signals without converting them into electrical signals. There is a direct amplification of optical signals without converting them into electrical signals. And by stimulated emission, we mean a process wherein incoming photons excite the electrons in the metal, causing them to drop to a lower energy. So what happens is, suppose an electron is at an excited state. This is my excited state. There is incoming photons. These are my photons. The photons could be because of laser light, which causes drop of these electrons to ground state with a release of electromagnetic radiations. So we have electromagnetic radiations which have been released in this process, and that's how the complete process works. There's an amplification of optical signals, and because of these photons there is stimulated emission. This is not spontaneous. Stimulated means there is an external source which is causing this emission. So stimulated emission of electromagnetic radiations when these electrons jump from excited state to either lower or ground state. Now, as we all know, basic properties of a laser are: laser is a collimated beam. It is highly coherent and monochromatic source of light. Because of being highly coherent and monochromatic, the divergence is negligible. However, there is some divergence which we will calculate in this process. So let's start. Now, as you know, laser is a small beam. This passes and can travel to great distances depending on what is the frequency of this laser light. So generally what we've used is green lasers and red lasers. Green lasers, if you know, are sharper and travel usually more distance as compared to red lasers. But as these lights travel to greater distances, after some certain period, if you see, there is a certain divergence in the beam. The beam starts to spread out, and as a result, we have performed this experiment time and again. If you keep a screen at different distances and note down the radius of this beam or this spot on this, with increase in distance, the radius or the diameter of this spot increases. This is known as divergence of light. So this distance from the source is directly proportional to the diameter obtained of the... Okay, so continuing with the experiment, as you can see the laser beam falling on this board. Now as I increase the distance, you can see the divergence increasing. The beam becomes more and more distorted and the radius keeps on increasing with the distance. So this is divergence. So coming to the next part about lasers, the next thing is diffraction caused by lasers. So if your laser beam passes through a single slit, it will cause a maxima and minima, which are bright and dark spots from the main laser beam or the central beam. Now instead of a single slit, if I consider a number of slits like in my grating, so for example, every inch in my grating has 15,000 lines. So if I consider so many slits, there will be a number of maxima and minima, that is bright and dark spots, caused due to these different slits. Now as you can see, when my laser beam is passing through this grating, this causes the first central beam. On the LHS and RHS of the central beam, you can see the first maximas. In between these are the dark spots which are caused because of the distance between the grating slits. This is the second maxima. Similarly, we have on the other side also. Now, as I increase my distance of the grating from the screen, you know the angle of aperture increases, because of which the distance between the maxima and the central point, corresponding maximas depending on order 1, 2, 3 also increases. So when I further increase this distance, you can see the distance between central point or the main beam and the first maxima increases. And this can help us solve the wavelength of our laser beam, which is n lambda is 2d sin theta given by Bragg's law. Thank you.